Hello students, welcome to the lecture session 5 on consolidation of soils, module 5, basic geotechnical engineering. The contents of today's session are determination of coefficient of consolidation CV by logarithmic of time fitting method, followed by a numerical problem of the above method, determination of settlement, and finally some multiple choice questions on consolidation characteristics of soils. So, in the previous session, we have already discussed how to determine coefficient of consolidation by square root of time fitting method. So, in today's session, we will be discussing logarithmic time fitting method. This method is proposed by Casagrande and he utilizes the theory behind U and the time factor TV. If you observe the figure 5.1 shown here, the curve initially is parabolic. Later, the second part of the curve is almost linear. And finally, the last portion of the curve follows a linear trajectory. So, this plot is a graph of time in the log scale versus deformation, the y-axis. It can also be called as the dial gauge reading. Initially, in the first step, what we need to find out here is the corrected dial gauge reading. In order to do that, first we need to select times t1 and t2 along the curved portion such that the time t2 is equal to 4 times t1. So by that what we get is we can locate the point B and C corresponding to time t1 and corresponding to time t2. So the difference in the specimen deformation between t2 and t1 will be equal to x. What I mean to say is the point BC will have an intercept of x. Now we need to draw a line horizontal to DE such that the vertical distance BD is equal to the same vertical intercept x. Thereby the deformation corresponding to DE is D0. This is primarily due to primary consolidation. So in order to find out the coefficient of consolidation with respect to 100% consolidation, what we do is we extend the line we extend a line from the straight line portion of the curve, and we do a backward extension of the line from the straight line portion from the end part of the curve. These two lines intercept at point A. When we project this point A to the x-axis, we get the time that corresponds to 100% consolidation. And if you draw a line parallel to x-axis and through the point A such that it intercepts the y-axis at point D100. D100 represents the dial gauge reading corresponding to 100% consolidation. So next, in order to find out the point F, that is corresponding to 50% consolidation. So in order to find out, what we need to do is we need to find out the midpoint of the curve portion, that is from D0 to D100, because this is the portion where primary consolidation takes place. So the ordinate of point F on the consolidation curve represents 50% of consolidation. That can be got by finding the mean of the difference between the dial gauge initial dial gauge reading and the dial gauge reading corresponding to D100. So after this, we can find out the value dV from table 7.1, which corresponds to 0.197. By substituting this value in the formula, we get time T50 is equal to CV into T50 divided by H square, HDR square, that way where CV is equal to 0.197 H square by T50, where H is the average longest drain path during consolidation. So this is how we find out the coefficient of consolidation corresponding to 50% consolidation. Now we will solve a problem based on the above method. Determine the coefficient of consolidation of a soil whose data is plotted in figure 5.2. The sample was 20 mm thick and had double drainage condition. So in this plot, with the help of the consolidation test results, we plot the values with t in the logarithmic scale, that is time in the logarithmic scale, and dial gauge reading in the y-axis. So we get a parabolic curve like this. So after this, we need to find out the corrected zero reading RC. That can be obtained by taking 2 points corresponding to time t1 and say time t2, where t2 is equal to 4 times t1, so that we can locate these points, say B and C. So this makes an intercept A is equal to 5.5. Next, what we need to do is we need to draw a straight line with the same intercept of A is equal to 5.5. By doing so, when this line intercepts the y-axis, that point corresponds to RC, that is corrected zero reading, that is equal to 191 in this case. Later, when we project the straight line portion of the curve and backward projection of the later part of the curve, we get the point of intersection. Okay, from this point of intersection here, we project a line perpendicular to the x-axis that corresponds to time t100, that is equal to 100% degree of consolidation. So when we draw a line parallel to the x-axis, it cuts the y-axis at say R100. So R100 here represents the dial gauge reading corresponding to 100% consolidation. That here the value of R100 is equal to 79. Now we need to find out the midpoint of this curve. We need to find the midpoint of this curve. This can be got by RC minus R50, that is equal to 1 by 2 into RC minus R100, that is equal to 1 by 2 into 191 minus 79, that is equal to 56. Now R50 is equal to 191 minus 56, that is equal to 135. From the plot, if we take the line perpendicular from the midpoint of the curve that corresponds to R50 and draw it perpendicular to the x-axis, it cuts the x-axis at time t50 log to base 10. So this value is about 0.58. Now when we convert it, we get t50 is equal to 10 to the power of 0.58, that is equal to 3.802 minutes, that is equal to 288.12 seconds. Now from the equation, coefficient of consolidation can be easily found out, that is CV is equal to 0.196 into D square divided by T50. Now here D is equal to H by 2, where H is the thickness of the sample for double drainage condition, it is h by 2, that is 20 by 2, that is equal to 10. 0.196 into 10 square divided by 228.12 will give you 0.086 mm square per second. Coming to calculation of settlement, the probable settlement can be calculated with the help of the equation St is equal to h into Cc divided by 1 plus E naught into log of P naught plus delta P by P naught to base 10. Here, the settlement St is the total settlement in centimeter or millimeter. H represents the thickness of the layer in centimeter or millimeter. E naught is the initial void ratio. P naught is the initial pressure, which is measured in kg per centimeter square or kilonewton per meter square. Delta P represents the excess pressure, which is nothing but the final pressure minus the initial pressure. Is also expressed in kg per centimeter square, whereas Cc is equal to the compression index. Note, always you must locate the dial gauge reading from top to bottom on the y-axis for the curve fitting methods. Always locate the pressure increment from origin O. And as I said earlier, the square root of time fitting method and logarithmic time fitting methods, they are also called as curve fitting methods. Now, let us discuss some of the multiple choice questions relating to consolidation of soils. The compressibility of a field deposit depends on option A, option B, option C, and option D. Yes, it is option B. Compressibility of a field deposit is somewhat greater than that shown by a laboratory sample. In Terzaghis theory of one-dimensional consolidation, this is always due to hydrodynamic lag alone is considered and not the plastic lag. For a clay deposit, there are the options given below A, B, C and D. So the solution for this is B. For clay deposit, we always consider both CV and CC as the characteristics, both aspects of settlement. A clay deposit suffers a total settlement of 5 cm with one-way drainage. With two-way drainage, the total settlement will be, yes, it is H by 2, that is 5 by 2, that is equal to option B, 2.5 centimeters. So these are some of the references. Thank you.